good social emotional supports. So, as a teacher, we really have the ability to see the beginnings of friendships, how children interact with each other. And we have the ability to really make this a positive experience. One of the ways that we can do that is by being very cognizant of the environment that we create, making sure that we have the space that really promotes positive peer interactions. So, we want to make sure in our classroom we have a space for kids to be social, that they have a daily schedule, and that we have enough materials and equipment that children aren't fighting over the equipment and the materials all the time. We really want to be aware that younger children below the age of 2 and below have a lot of issues with sharing. That also continues between 3 and 4. But those negotiations can be extremely hard for the younger ones. So having a lot of materials can really help children navigate the space properly. Another thing we want to think about is what we teach in terms of friendship skills. So we really want to make sure that when children go to play, we are present for those interactions. We want to make sure that we have opportunities for kids to share toys and materials. We want those materials to be things that kids take turns of, and that they have back and forth conversations. And when they do, we want to be there to help. So we want to be there to help with anything that may come up. We may be there to remind them that they need to take turns. And certainly when they're starting to do well in terms of that, we want to compliment them. And when it's difficult and they might be getting into an interaction that might be tough, we want to have empathy. We want to model that. That sounds like that's really hard for you to wait for your turn with the toy, but you're doing a great job in doing it. So we want to be constantly modeling as well as assisting. Another thing that we want to teach is the emotional self regulation skills, the ability to recognize when they're getting frustrated, the ability to recognize anger. We want to start to give them some tools to calm down when emotions become too much. We want to talk about ways that they can express their anger or other impulses. A lot of times we say things like, don't say hate, don't say you're angry, but kids have great big emotions. And we really need to be there to help them find ways to express it that aren't just hitting or biting, so that they can tell someone that they're angry or feel angry and not lash out at someone else or themselves in the room. Another thing we want to teach them when issues come up between peers is problem solving. If a social situation has come up, we want them to be able to think of lots of situations, lots of solutions to that situation, and understand that those solutions have consequences. And just because one solution doesn't work doesn't mean they can't try another. So we really want to be on hand to help model this and walk them through how to do it. The more time we spend on it in these younger years, the less intervention they'll need in the older years. This video shows how quickly a situation can escalate from a disagreement over a toy to a physical altercation. Well, the first thing we want to do is set the tone in the classroom. We want to know that it's a safe place to explore ideas and emotions. Oh, I see that you look really angry. That must have been really upsetting for you. I see you're crying and you look really sad. The next thing that we need to do is we need to think of some solutions. I wonder what we could do to solve this problem. What if we got a timer? Do you think we could find a new place to play? What else could we do? When they come up with ideas, you want to ask, would it be safe? Would it be fair? And how would everyone feel if it went into place? And then give it a try. Well, let's figure it out. You want to choose a new center? Let me help you. Oh, you're going to share? Who's going to get that toy first? I wonder if you could ask each other nicely if you could take turns. And then the last step is follow up. It's really important that we don't just walk away and assume everything's okay. Following up is the last critical step. By setting the tone, validating children's feelings, encouraging solutions, and following up with support, we can help children navigate the complicated road of social interactions.